What's up, YouTube? It's Rsi here with Tasty Tracker, and today I have a small account challenge 2021 update. It has been forever. The last official update was in 428, and I did touch on it in 6.2 um, on this account, but yeah, so it's been forever. The account has mostly been sitting dormant. I haven't been doing anything. I didn't have any spare cash available to do anything. So you'll see the count looks different. It has started to warm up a bit. I'm still hovering right at the $2,000 mark. If I go to the 1 month view, it's been getting better, for sure. But I right now am at the position where I can start to sort of make some more moves again. Although we are already, given that it's in November, we're already halfway through sort of the prime time of the year, from my opinion. October, November, December is some of the best trading months that I have. And so not quite halfway through, but I also need to make sure I have enough position to uh, buying power to defend these positions if I need to. So first off the bat, you can see I got rid of Airbnb. That's great. I have working orders to close DAO and Doge when they come up to sort of a break even. Honestly, I never would have guessed that I've been holding these that long. That was not my intention for sure. I thought, we might have a small correction here or there, but it is just, it's been hovering here for so long. It's really insane. I can't even explain it. So yeah, look at that. 1 year. The 1 year chart, it's gone absolutely nowhere. So we're at 38 here with a high of 50, it somewhere in that range. And sure enough, we're right there at 41. My cost basis is 45, so it doesn't take much to get me close. In fact, I was right there, 45.38. I'm not oh, my cost basis then was something like 45.68 or something like that. It was so close. I should have just taken the loss of a couple bucks. I don't think I was watching it that carefully. I had since bought two more shares to lower my cost basis. So again, this is closer. I might even buy some more if we get another dip down here at 39. Probably buy a couple more shares just so that when we get back up to 41, 42, I can just cash out. For goodness sakes, it's just been way too long. So if I go over to the um, option history, you'll see a huge gap here. Yeah, so between June and August, there was nothing. I opened up AMGN, Roku, Shop. AMGN lost that one for 356. That stung a bit in the small account, but Roku and Shop luckily were winners to get 149. Um, then I've opened up DE, Disney, FedEx, closed DE. Again, another two winners. So I've four winners in a row, one loss. So four wins, one loss of the new set of positions that I put on. So just put on Snap after the drop and Cat. So that is what I have right here. Disney, where did I miss that one? That was back here. Okay. So yeah, so that one's been on for about 15 days now. These are all positions that I have in other accounts. Um, Maybe not necessarily public accounts, public as in free accounts. You can definitely see them if you subscribe. But yeah, so I'm not holding that much here. I have plans to sell this, plans to sell this once I can break even. I want to hold some here to defend these positions if I need to roll out down and wide. If you watch the Apple Wheel video that I just filmed and released, um, I talk about that a lot there. So I need to have some capital to do that if that comes to pass that I need to do that. Basically, the goal for me here is to get up to the amount that I deposited, which was 2,500. So total deposit 2,500. Currently, I'm sitting there. So yeah, so if I have another five wins, then I should be good to call it a scratch for 2021, and basically that it was a fail. So 2020 challenge, if you're familiar, I took 2 to 10K and I was successful at doing that within the year time frame. This one I've absolutely gone nowhere. The early couple months here were rough for me, really took me down far. I had to keep depositing money just to have enough uh, free buying power to even enter into positions. So the small amount of cash has really constrained my ability to do anything. So I sat there and essentially wasted all of this time that if I had just had more buying power, I could have recovered that much quicker. But I had nothing to work with, so I really had no room to grow. So it really taught me this year that before I believed, yeah, anybody can learn to do it, and you can start with any amount of money. And in order for that to be true, the market has to be insanely hot that every position you put on is a winner. And that's obviously not always the case. I had started off originally with more than $1,000, so I didn't get to experience that. I had taken 2,000 to 10,000 multiple times, but I've never taken 1,000, and that is a huge difference. It's actually it's crazy. And the two times I've done 2,000, the market has been more cooperative with me, just incidentally, than what it was in 2021. Nothing I put on was seeming to work to a point where you're questioning, like, do I even know what I'm doing? Which is crazy, because I know what I'm doing. Uh, but yeah, I'm certainly not saying I'm the best out there, but I know how to make some money in the market. And the fact that I wasn't able to make anything was just mind blowing. So once I break even, I'm going to call this a loss. My plan is to start a new challenge, 2022, and start fresh with a clean slate. And that one I'll be starting with 5,000 is my current plan. Uh, so why 5,000? Well, I tried 2,000. I proved that I could do it, but I think maybe luck was on my side a little more than what I knew. And 1,000 I tried and I couldn't do it. 5,000 I would like to try and be more stable and make sure that everybody that's following along, first of all, realizes that you need to start off with a little bit more money than what I ever anticipated. So, yes, that means if you don't have 5,000, you can't participate. That means keep going to work, doing your 9 to 5, saving money where you can, and then if I'm successful in the 2022 challenge and I do it again for the 23, then you can do it and follow me along there and have the comfort knowing that I've done this and you can follow along and you're as safe as relatively can be safe. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. So yes, that's my plan. I want to start with 5. How high I take that, I don't know. I don't know if it's just going to 10 or going to 15 or just seeing where I can get it by the end of the year. And then the following year starting over at 5 again. I do like doing the challenges. I think it gains attention. People get excited about it as an educational tool. And I like sharing some of my trades for free, which brings me to the Apple Wheel, again, with the video I just released. The Apple Wheel will be moving from a free account back into a private account. The reason I did that free was to give people some trades while this account was basically sitting dormant, not doing anything. I felt bad for not having anything out there, not publishing some of my trades for free. So I did the Apple Wheel account, which has 35,000 in it now. So yeah, so those trades will still be published to my paying members, but not to the free Twitter feed and that kind of stuff. I think that's only fair to those that are helping support me, um, and it's the best of both worlds, where the people that are only interested in the free thing see my style, see how it works, see if it works, still get to see some trades on the new 2022 account. Even if they don't have 5,000, they can still follow along. So yeah, so where we're at overall, negative 22% on the year. I'm down 471. That is one play if it's a good play, a good position, especially with multiple contracts. And so it is very, very close to this count is very close to breaking even and being successful. But it's just I bit off more than I could chew, I think, with the 1,000 to 2,000. I wanted to see if it was possible, and my conclusion is that maybe not for me. And I think that's okay. So we can see down here some of the worst tickers. Obviously, Plug and Tesla had some spreads on there. AMGN is usually a very stable, predictable ticker that I win in very frequently. You can see I won 2 out of the 3 times, but that one time is enough to set it off and make it a loser. On the plus side, obviously, way more tickers than I have negative, even if Microsoft was only for $3. Then you get some of these Shop and Disney where I'm just getting out for a wash, a scratch, and then we start getting into plays that are actually making. And look at this, Deer is the most profitable position. That's never happened to me. That Deer has been the most profitable. Okay, so yeah, current portfolio is Cat, Disney, and Snap. I'll go over all 3 of those charts, what my cost basis is, and where I think we'll be going from here. Okay, so Cat, I have the 200 is the sold leg, which is the important part. It's a $5 wide. So the 200 is down here at these SMAs. I think this is a great position, so much so that I got in other accounts, especially on this move down. Yes, I might have entered a hair early, but it's only down $22. That's really not bad at all. So if you're getting in now, it's actually a great time to enter. You'll get $22 more than me. What I'm looking at here is the increase in support here, going up on this trend line, and then overcoming the SMAs and keeping above there. That's great. Even here, where we're having some red days, it got rejected by the 100-day on first blush, which super common. That's what I expect, just like it did here. And then you'll have a nice green candle that pushes through. And with the 20-day coming up here, it's going to do a bull cross over the 50-day. That is a bullish signal and probably the point at which we'll have a green candle here. Not necessarily, but that is a very likely outcome. So we have double support here, and it's going to come up and push this through the 100-day. If we look down here, RSI is heating up. RSI, I've said this before, when it gets up here, when I first started, I thought that meant that it would turn down. If we come down here, we can see at these points, it actually not only blows over, but these are some of the most explosive moves when we're coming from here to here. So that's somewhere in this area. And even when we get that retracement, it still only comes down to here, and it never really looks back for the next 3 months or so. So I think this is at a great position. I think it's a great small account challenge position where it has a high likelihood of success, high ROI. Disney, I think it's been consolidating here for very long. It's touched on this point so many times. For it to fail, I think would take a lot. But if it does happen, it comes down here to 155. Now that's only $12 away from where we're at, so that's not that big of a deal. But we do have earnings coming up, so there's that risk associated there. However, I think we might see something dive down. Let me draw a squiggle. This is the tool I want. I think it's very likely that we see a pull down here and then move higher. Something like Starbucks, actually, where Starbucks on earnings had a pretty severe drop, and there was immediately buying support back up in here. And if you're wondering, I did capitalize on this move and was able to close out a position for a nice profit just on that small move here, back up to where it was. I could easily see that being the case with Disney if it even goes down there to begin with. There's a potential here that it stays flat going through earnings, and then they go well. But in either case, I think this again is good. Downside here is it has not proven itself to get over the SMAs like Deer has. Deer has already gotten over 2 out of the 3 SMAs that I watch. Disney is still trending below those. So the primary trend is still down at this point. That is the risk that you take with a lot of my positions. I enter in them early. Some call that front running. So there is more risk that it doesn't pan out. However, I get to capitalize on more of a move then what, back to the Starbucks, I was able to open and close a position before it even crosses the SMA. When it crosses it, then that might be a trigger for me to open up another position and ride that higher still. But I got a position off on here where many people would not even look to do that. So anyway, that's not to say it's right or wrong, but that is my style of trading. Okay, so Disney, I'm long-term bullish and will be rolling out, down, and wider as needed. Last one is Snap. Snap had terrible earnings where all the socials went down, Twitter and Snap especially. But it's been building a base here, and I'm confident with where it's at. RSI is looking good. I mean, MACD, sorry. MACD is looking good. Still plenty of time where to come back up here. I don't think it's going to climb back like Starbucks did by any means, and definitely the 58 through 60 mark is going to be resistance, I believe. So let's draw a line there. I don't have one. Yeah, something like that. Um, So somewhere in this area is going to be resistance, and it'll probably come back down in here. So if I had to draw a squiggle on that, I would say it comes up, then it, okay, we see something like that. Okay, so something like that is very likely. So yeah, you could potentially wait here to put on a position if that point comes. It might never come though. This could just go straight up, or we could consolidate here forever. So you never know these things. Try to put them on as safe a strikes as I can. This is currently 52, and I have the 50 and the 45. So my point here is that I'll be below my support where I think it will be okay anyway. So 50, to come down to 50 is right here. So yeah, that isn't that far away, but if it does come down this point, I um, would hope that it would bounce back up into this channel, and so it would only be a momentary touchdown there, and won't stay down there too long. Disney, I didn't actually say what strike I had. So Disney is the 170. That is right at the money. So it basically needs to trade sideways or even dip down, but then get back above this point by expiration on 12/17. So that is, yeah, we got a month and a half. So I'm not worried about any of this. There's had plenty of time. None of them are down by any significant margin. Siri is my free stock plus 641. I'm pretty sure this has not moved at all in the last year either. Yes. So yeah, I'm keeping this stock just to sort of prove a point. When I started, I was trading penny stocks. I consider this a penny stock. And really the only way to play it is to continue to average down and then sell the rips, either completely or most of your position, and then get some more down here. And it's just a lot of management, I guess. It's not my style. I don't enjoy it. I get frustrated by the months here, trading for 3 months sideways, and then a dip. It's like I want things that are going up or staying sideways at the very least, but preferably going up, which definitely isn't Dow. So I guess I'm a fool for trading that one. Okay, so we're trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover here. If you have any questions, let me know, but I think that basically covers it. I explained my future plans for this challenge rolling into 2022. The style will change potentially from 5 wides to even narrower than that if I can get it, with more contracts, defending those positions more by adding contracts to them to average up my premium I collected, and then rolling down, out, and wider, all while collecting a credit to do so. So I'm increasing the credit and lowering my strikes, which also increases my odds. So there are two things there that increase the odds. The downside is that I increase the width to do that, which means I'm increasing the collateral needed, which means I need more buying power in reserve at all time to defend my existing positions, to make sure that they're winners. But if I can realize less losses, um, then that will set me up. Obviously, we know to lose 10%, you don't have to gain 10% back. You have to gain more than 10% just to get back to break even. So we all know that. So the whole point of the new strategy here is to minimize the actual losses that we're realizing. So again, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.